Should be working out. Should be working. It should be working. It's working. Hello guys. My name's Clement Joe. Welcome to this new Minecraft YouTube live stream. I do apologise. I literally just started the stream. I literally just started a stream literally a minute ago, and I didn't realise that my mic had disconnected, so I do apologise. That's why it seemed like I wasn't saying anything, because my mic had actually, let's just get rid of that a minute. We're just designing our cinema. I quite like the idea of this, that it comes up every time we go a block out, it comes up. So the screen should look like that. Here we go. Perfect. So, what do we think? There, so I don't know, I like that. I like that. I think one more. I think one more. I think it goes up one more, like that. Hello Swiss Rex, welcome to the stream. I do apologise, I started streaming earlier on around about 12 PM UK time, and I inadvertently felt a little bit rough, so I ended the stream. But it's alright now everybody, so we're back streaming. We're designing a new cinema. We're designing a cinema for my world. So we've made one design. We made this design. You guys can hear me, right? There we go. Yeah, so we made this cinema design here, but I tested it and I didn't think it was big enough. So we're working on a new design. You hit 102 subs. Hello Joe, that looks good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, hello the tired gamer. You hit 102 subs, gotta go, goodbye. Hello. Yeah. Congratulations on 102 subs, and yeah, have a good rest of your day. I don't know. There we go. So working on a cinema design. That design looks so cool. Thanks. Yeah, we've got a couple of designs so far. Wow. We've got this design, we've got this design that we'd already done. I designed it to look like an old popcorn box. But when I tested it, the only issue with this cinema was that the screen wasn't quite big enough. So that's something we're trying to work on with this one here. That's something we're going to try and work on here and see if we can sort of fix that design. It does look like an old camera at the moment, to be honest. Which, you know, it's not that bad. We are going to have to go through this village. I'm a leave. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. Yeah. I've got a cool idea that I'm going to mention in a minute, guys, I think. So, we're going to start by designing this part here. So, I reckon purple and yellow though is what works really well. It's like it feels like a magical style color, if you get what I mean. You just feel something with it. It's the same with yellow and red. I sort of feel cinematic. Hey, that village is coming to the cinema before it's even open. It's not open, mate. Hello, LTE06. Welcome to the stream. There we go. I apologise there was no stream yesterday, everyone. I was focusing on some other things. Was there a stream yesterday? Honestly, guys, I've lost count. I don't think there was a stream yesterday. No, there was. Which was there? I can't remember. Honestly, guys, I'm starting to not remember things. Oh no, there was one yesterday. There was a day. Yeah, we've streamed every day the last 4 days. Oh. What I mean is, yeah, yesterday I ended yesterday's stream really short. Switch edition. Yeah, this is the Switch edition. Yeah, to be honest, it might have been that my streams were quite short. I've been feeling a bit odd lately. I've been feeling a little bit ill, in a way. I've sort of, which is probably why I ended the stream. I ended yesterday's stream early. Yesterday's stream I ended early because I started it. It's a 34-year-old Bones. I'm not 34. I'm not going to be 34 for another. I'm not going to be 34 until 2036. So that's good. That's another 11 years. There's nothing wrong with being 34. If there is anyone in here who is actually 34. Honestly, you're the only person that's ever said that to me, ironically, LTE06. You're the only... But you sound 34. I don't think I do, though. I think it's the accent. I just got to turn a plug on because my laptop's going flat. I think it's the accent because I have a really traditional British accent. My accent is starting to die out. But it's a more traditional British accent, so it's not been... I have basically the same accent. Yeah, it's the thing is with accents in the UK though is that the accent is in fact I've had people tell me honestly I've had people tell me on streams because my accent's southwest because my accent's southwest. I'll be honest, I've generally had people on streams tell me that I should I should actually stop talking on streams, which, you know, sometimes I think it's draconian. I'm like, why are people telling me that I can't speak in my accent on my own stream? Like, sometimes I don't get it. Right, we're gonna put one of these on every, like that. What did I, was it on, did I put it on the yellow ones or the purple ones? Okay, I put it there, and then we'll, it is. I've had people tell me that I shouldn't speak because they don't like my accent. I'm like, but my accent's my accent. It's where I'm from. It's my culture. It's like there was a guy in my college class said to me this. This guy in my college class said to me, he claimed that he wasn't racist and then told me that my accent should die out. And I was like, well, that's right. He claimed that he's the most unracist person ever, then said that. And I'm like, well, that's racist. If I said that about this guy, I think had culture from all over the world. And if I'd have said anything, if I'd have said his culture should die out, or his accent, he'd absolutely called me racist. I'm like, how's that not racism the other way around? Telling an English person that their accent should die out, their accent should just die out. Which, racism, everyone, is a very two-sided thing. Some people look at racism as just a white person thing, when it's actually, you know, it's an all person thing. A lot of people do it unintentionally. Sometimes. Let's put another piece here. Bollocks. I think I put that in the wrong place, haven't I? It's day. Why is it Nightbot? That's just the name of the bot, I'm afraid. I don't know. This cinema design looks cool, but I don't know whether it's too big. But then, on the other hand, the other design is a little bit too small. I can announce, everyone on this stream right now, I can announce 5 days. My horror novel that I've been working on, The Doll Maker, releases in literally 5 days' time. So the novel The Doll Maker that I've been working on since April, May, June time will release. Well, April, May, June will release literally. Is it this one here? Will literally release next week. It will be. It's there's a link in. There's a Nightbot has a link to it. Nightbot has a link to the. Nightbot has a link to it because you can pre-order it on ebook now or wait until Thursday, and then the novel. To get a hello Hassan Jan, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you can wait until Thursday and buy the paperback because you can't pre-order paperbacks. Oh, are you on your phone? Oh, are you on your phone then, LTE06? Yeah, hello Hassan Jan, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you on your phone, LTO6? Watching the stream on your phone, I mean. No, PS3. Ah, okay. Yeah, I thought you might have been on your phone then, because on phones you can't click links. But yeah, the link is in the link is also in my community page. But the novel is on Amazon. You can pre-order ebook. You can pre-order it by ebook now, or wait until Thursday and buy the paperback. The paperbacks will drop Thursday. I think it's a 2-day delivery. I think as far as I know, I think it's a 2-day delivery. So I think if you order it Thursday, it arrives Saturday, I think. And I can tell you the price, everybody. It's £4 in the UK. The ebook costs £4, and I think what if you pirate it? That's illegal. And also, there's no way to pirate it technically. There isn't technically a way to pirate it because you can only buy it off Amazon, and it's technically copyrighted. Hello, Trestle Mistress. Welcome to the stream. And also, if people do copyright it, if people were if people were to pirate it, then technically any profit, I wouldn't get any profit back. So it would be a waste. It would have been a waste of 3 months' work. Which it's not illegal. So piracy is illegal. Piracy is illegal in a way, yeah. Hello, Kelga FF. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, piracy. In the context of it, yeah, piracy is generally illegal. I cannot understand what this Kelga has put, so I need to go and Google Translate what he's put. Big fan. Google Translate. There we go. Luckily, Google Translate is very useful. Ironically, nothing that he's just put has Google translated. That is really interesting. That's so weird. FKG. What the hell does that mean? Yeah, piracy is illegal in a way. It is technically on a legal standpoint illegal. And plus, if it was pirated, I would lose all profit, and that would be 3 months. That would be 3 months of writing, which I could have done something else on, which would be quite sad actually. In fact, hello random BFD I lover, welcome to the stream. In fact, I've got to be honest. I had someone on my stream a couple of weeks ago say they bought my book. Say they bought my novel, and the funny thing about that, everybody, is that they lied. A guy on my stream the other day said he'd pre-ordered my new book that I'm publishing, and I know they haven't published it. I mean, ordered it. Yeah, this guy said to me on my stream, "Oh, I've ordered your new book." But honestly, like, I know they haven't, because I get notified when someone buys my book, because I see it in the report section. So I know at the moment that no one has. Yeah, it costs £4 for ebook, because Amazon there's a certain price on Amazon that you can, if you self-publish a book on Amazon, there's a certain amounts that you can charge. You've got to charge over a certain amount to get. You've got to charge over a. You've got to charge over a certain amount to get any profit. So, for example, I don't know if I can afford it. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. The book's not going to be out for a month. Oh, but no promises, lol. Yeah, I mean, the book's going to be out for years, guys, because you know I'm even though I've wrote it for a competition, it's still like it's still out. It's still going to be available to buy for a long time. Oh, I've made a mistake here. So, should look like this. Then that is not meant to look like that. That's meant to look like that. So it would look like this. So far, it would look like this. Can I get it on Tuesday? You can get it whenever you can get it whenever you want. The book's gonna. It's not like it's like going to be out for a certain time. Like this is not me as a competition thing. Or being an author is something that I just want to do because I like telling stories. So, for example, like that's when I can get a loan. 2026, is that like a student loan or something? That's a very far in the future to know that you can only get a loan then. Ooh, bloody hell. I don't know, I think I like the idea of spruce here, you know. Ooh. But yeah, what was I going to say, guys? So yeah, the doll maker releases next week, but I have intentions of maybe doing. I love how Nightbot isn't even the #1 to chat the most. Yep, Nightbot shouldn't be classed as a fan because Nightbot just says what I've told it to say. Nightbot just says what I've told it to say, so that's kind of unfair that Nightbot gets to be a top fan when Nightbot just says exactly what I've told it to. So, exactly what Nightbot's saying, if there's a spelling mistake in there, it's because I put a spelling mistake in there. So, a guy in my stream earlier on kept saying things like, Nightbot bot, oh, I hate bots, I hate this, I hate that. I'm like, but Nightbot's a bot that you've just been programmed. So if I spell a spelling mistake into Nightbot, Nightbot's just going to do that spelling mistake. Nightbot is just going to do this. It's just going to do that spelling mistake. But I've worked out. But, you know, it's what it is. This person, people are starting to think that Nightbot's AI. Nightbot is not AI. AI has only existed for years. I've had Nightbot in my stream since like 2018. Let's quickly go to here a minute. No, learn from a job. I have terrible credit history. Yeah. There we go. So we're just going to quickly go and fill this in. What do we think, guys? What do you think? I think this is going to look quite nice. AI. Well, in films, but AI as in a concept. What I mean by that is like AI as in a concept. AI as a concept. But robotics, yes. But those. So how was your day? My day's all right. AI as a concept, yes, but mostly back in that time period, they had to do exactly what we programmed it to. It's only in like the last 5-6 years. It looks like a theatre. Yeah, I'm trying to make it as a movie, as a cinema. now we're going to need this here. So, how does it look? I'm forgetting what this looks like. I need these now. So, bollocks, putting it in the wrong place. That's what we want. Yeah. I wouldn't know about that though, because I wasn't born in 1980, guys. I wasn't born for another 20 odd years. I don't think there's anyone in these streams that was. I don't think there's anyone in this stream that was born in 1980. Live in the 80s. I mean, at the moment, I seem to not have anyone in my streams that was born this side of 2010. Well, I'm in the right side of 2010. I have people in my streams. I've had people in my streams recently calling me old because I've had a lot of people in my streams recently that were born in like let's say 2000 and yeah, I wasn't alive for another 20 years. But I don't think we've got anyone in this stream that was born in the 80s. Well, sometimes we do. Occasionally. I do get a strong viewing from people that are in there. I do occasionally get a strong viewing. That's what shocked me, to be honest. I had someone comment that. Oh, how old were you when did you create this world? Oh, 26. When did you create this world? I was like, oh, 2016. So you created this world when I was 4, and then I suddenly dawned on me that I was 14. So it dawned on me that they were 10 years younger than me. And it sort of just got to me. I was like, bloody hell, like, am I getting old or... Hello, Lee, welcome to the stream. It was sort of like, am I getting old or are people just getting really young watching streams now? And if you get what I mean, like, it did shock me. I was like, okay, that's... It's like, you know, I had someone on my stream the other week join and threaten to knock out a friend of mine. And, and I have an 80s haircut. I mean, were you alive when those 80s films came out? I mean, a lot of 80s films are very, very good. I mean, they are great films. Right, so I need a plank of wood. I need a plank of wood there. Need a plank of wood there. Then we have the stairs here. I mean, a lot of 80s films are very, very good films. No, I would be in my 40s. Well, you could be as young as 36. You could be as young as 36 because people born in like 1989 are what, 36 now? Oh, yeah, people who were born in 1989 are now 36. That feels weird though, because someone that was born in 1989 is only like 13 years older than I am. And I'm like, oh, bloody hell, they're now almost 40. 34. You think... Oh, bollocks, wrong block. Yeah, I think if people were born... Yeah, if people were born in 1989, they would now be 36. Wow. Or 35, nearly 36. Because my goal now is to get to... And be 100 and... Well, if you're 34, you'd be... You want to get to 108, do you? I mean, fair enough. I gotta be honest, I think I'd love to try and get to... Actually, where is the join with the... Where would we be fine to get away with here? Actually, let's do it one higher. Let's do it here. Still 2 blocks. One up. 108. You want to get to 108? I mean, fair enough. Or 109. Ooh. Shall we put this here then? So we can change it. I'm going to change this now. Because the stairs aren't here, we can probably get in another... Oh. We'll improvise. We'll improvise. We'll put 2 double seats for... We'll put 2 doubly seats in here then. So it's like this. I think this looks quite nice, I've got to admit. I got to admit, it does look quite nice. So, what should we do next? You want to know a funny story? Yeah, why not? Why not? Bollocks, 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 bollocks. I've gone 1 block too long. Here we go. So, how many seats do we think we need here? Should we go back any further, or is this big enough? I don't know about this at the moment, but I'm thinking perhaps we do go back just a tad more. Right, so... I've put that in the wrong place, so this is where it will be 2 then. Bollocks, this will be 2, 2, 2, 1. There we go. I had Xbox 360 with YouTube on when I was snooping around trying to play a game. Clicked on it and started watching colourblind version of shows and how I fell asleep. And ever since I've had bad eyes. Oh. Blimey. I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know that could happen to people, to be honest. Blimey. Now, let's go down to here. So, how many rows we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I'm not even colorblind. Yeah. I don't know if we need any more rows. That you can see the screen from more you can see the screen from all sides. You've even got a Giganta one here. I think this kind of works. Plus, I kind of like this design actually. Oh. Oh, my shoulders. Yeah, I really like this design. Well, I'm going to do something a bit different with that. I'm actually going to put actual footage over it. I'm going to put actual footage over it. So when we actually... This is going to go into my survival world. The logic of this is it's going to go into my survival world. And the concept here is that we're actually going to use it to put stuff on it. So... Actually, we're going to go one more. We're going to go one more. I can put videos over it in edits and stuff. I can do it on this stream if I needed to. I'll explain it in a minute. I will explain how we're going to do that in a second. I'm just going to add the last layer on. The reason we're adding the last layer on is because the colours would have looked a bit off. So, purple there, yellow here. Now, it'll be purple here, yellow there. What were we going to do? No green screen. It's just a simple... I'll explain it in 2 seconds. I'll explain what we're going to do. Basically, I'm just going to put a video over it. I'll play a horror film that I shot. A couple of months ago on it in a minute. Which we'll do in a second. I'm just going to quickly put this colouring up. I'm trying to make this look sort of normal, if you know what I mean. So it will look a bit like this, and we're going to have what you would think is projector rooms here. Bollocks. I want to put 2. Oh. This would equate to here. We've got... So, I'm going to play a horror film. If I give you £50, could you play any video? We could play videos, but we're only going to test it with this horror film that I've already got connected up to OBS. I'm going to mute my mic though, because no one wants me to appear over the video. Let's just move a little bit. Let's just move a little bit further down next to the screen now, so we can actually see if it works. Gotta find the first right clip now. It's just been a bit awkward at the moment. I don't know what this one is. Okay, well that works, but that's not what I want. Okay, I've got what I want. So yep, now what we can do, if I grab this, we need to be on a bit more of a straight line. So now I don't want to show the screen. It would work, but it's a bit awkward because we're on a tad of an angle. Here we go. Something like this would work. And it looks like we're actually showing something. Yeah, it took a while to find the right clip, but here, enjoy this horror film. What do you think, guys? What did you think? So, when I said about what I'm looking at, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I could see on my TV. I could just see this black screen. What did you guys think? So yes, the concept of that film, guys, is that you are the clown. You have been the clown the whole time. So, that clown that you've been seeing in the woods is technically you. So the whole context of the whole film is that you have been the clown this whole time. So while you thought you've been the victim, so the whole idea of the short film is, it's told. Yeah, it's bad, but it's bad for a reason. My uni course, we only had 2 cameras, and I needed 2 weeks. I needed 2 weeks to shoot this. And another guy, the other people in my class, well, 2 people in my class were adamant that I couldn't have it for 2 weeks. So I went away to shoot it. I shot it with Impro Video. I shot it with my phone. Because I was doing a short film and they were doing documentaries, I should have had priority over the kit. And I didn't get priority over the kit. Yeah, it is bad. But it's not bad intentionally. It's bad because I got let down by the fact that other people in the class were telling me that I couldn't have the kit. Yeah, I got told that by someone. I had to pitch this to my uni class, and the lady said it didn't make sense, but she made me play it out of context. So the context of the short film is that you've been the clown this whole time. So you've basically it's shot in first person. It's the first short film. It's the first ever. Believe it. You guys might not believe it, but it's the first ever It's the first ever horror film shot in first person. It's the first ever horror short film shot in first person. So the whole time you've watching it and seeing this clown like torment you, it turns out that you are the clown. So that's what the end means. You've pulled out basically. When you've seen the character, you think that you are being tormented by this clown, and it's that you're the clown. So the concept of that short film is that the clown is evil. The clown has tormented the victim by making them, the king of their own little world. And to answer your question, LT06, you should make a... What's an ARG? I'm a bit confused what that is. Your question about Christmas music, it's not a Christmas song. Do you know the Muffin Man is a very old British song, and it's actually got a really twisted meaning. Do you know the Muffin Man is actually a song that... It's actually a song. If the actual meaning of the song is back in the 15th century, there was a guy in like gingerbread, like Run Away from the Gingerbread Man. You can't catch me on the gingerbread man. Well, the Muffin Man is a concept. There was a man in the 15th century that used muffins to lure kids to their deaths. So, do you know the Muffin Man? Because the Muffin Man was a serial killer on Drury Lane. So the song is, do you know the Muffin Man? Like, be aware of the Muffin Man. That's pretty much what the song is. So basically, it gives you a false sense of security. So when you hear that song, it sounds all happy. But if you know the true meaning of the song, it's a false sense of security. You think they're safe, but you hear the song and you know they're not. If you get what I mean, everybody. ARG, alternate reality game. Yeah, do you know? Yeah, do you know? Yeah, do you know the Muffin Man is actually a song about is actually about a serial killer that lures children to their death with muffins. Um, but not many people know that. But that's why I picked the song. That's why I picked it, because I was aware of the. I'm aware of the dark, because I'm aware of the dark meaning, and I thought, well, people think it's a happy song. So you're like, well, why is there a happy? He's just escaped. The character, she has just escaped from the clown. So oh, they're happy. He's at home now. He's in the safety of his own home. Oh wait, that what's that? That music? Oh, it's happy. They're safe. Oh wait, false sense of security. Like the SG I wouldn't know what that is. When I googled ARG, it says alternate reality. I don't know. When I wrote this short film, when I shot this short film, because you've got to think, guys, I shot this short film 3 months ago. I shot this short film back in April. That's why I write the books. I write the books with the hope of I can make enough money to direct the films. Yeah. The music I had trouble with. The music I did have trouble with. I'm not the best sound mixer. What was I going to say, guys? That's why I write the books, guys. Writing the books is my way of getting enough money to... Writing books is my way of making enough money to make the films. The end goal is filmmaking, but writing the books is the way of funding the films. If you make a film, I know an actor. Yeah. I'm not going to make a film yet because I haven't got the budget to make a film. I haven't got the budget to make a film. I mean, the actor in that film, the actor in that film is myself. Like I played the clown. I played the clown because the clown suit wouldn't have fit anyone else. Because it happened to be I inadvertently ordered a big size, and I was the only person that could fit in that clown suit. But honestly, do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord server. The link is in the description. It's literally just above you. You've got my one about my book stuff, and then we've got the Discord server link in the top there. I would have asked my friend Decepted to play the clown, but Decepted is a bit taller than me, but I'm much heavier, so the suit wouldn't have fit him. So I had to play the clown myself, guys, because I bought a fat size. Oh, yeah. But the link is everywhere. The link is in the community posters. The Discord link is in the community post as well. In the community section of my stuff channel. Yeah. But filmmaking is the end goal, everyone, which is why we've built the cinema, because I thought it'd be funny. Like, we've even built a green screen. This was a video idea I had a few years ago, where I wished everyone a Merry Christmas. So I built this room. Where I basically green screened us into this room, and then I green screened us into this room, and then I green screened a background behind this, and then we even connected this up to it as well. We connected this image up to it, so all this connected up into one scene, which was stupid of me to do, but we once used this as a cinema as well. But that was a fun one. Hello, I am Legend. Welcome to the stream. I'm trapped in the hole. How are you, I am Legend? You're playing FNAF. Cool. Never played it. Gotta be honest. I don't like horror games. That would be quite a funny idea. Tell you what I want to do. I want to go back and do my old series. There's an old series I did when I used to tour subscribers' worlds. I want to do that again, but I don't know when I want to redo that. You're on night 6. Cool. Hold on, you're on night 6 from 5 days? That doesn't make sense. I'm joking. Yeah, I've never understood the no offense, everyone, but I've never understood the appeal of Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, yeah. I've never understood. I've never understood the appeal of Five Nights at Freddy's. It might just be me. It might just be me though. But yeah, I've never understood the appeal of it. But in 5 seconds, every single animatronic is gone. Yeah, my sister's a massive fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and all she does is talk about that, and I find it annoying myself. But yeah, I don't. It's just one of those to me. I don't understand the appeal of Five Nights at Freddy's. This is a staircase idea I had for a build. We may do a Yeah. I love lore. I love lore in games, but you need to make the lore make sense. That's something that I'm working on at the moment, because I'm working on my. Even though that I'm bringing out my book, The Doll Maker, next week, I'm currently working on Dawn of Planets book 4. I'm currently getting that ready for publish next year, because I aim to bring that out by the end of 26. So yeah, I mean, I do have Bedrock Edition, everybody. I just hardly play it because I prefer Legacy. But what was I going to say? But yeah, talking on the lore standpoint though, I sort of realised the other day, I'm glad no one's bought Gathering Storm, because I want to go into Gathering Storm and make a couple of modifications that I think I need to make. I've already published this book, but no one's bought it. I've already published this book. I've already published Dawn of Planets Gathering Storm. No one's bought it yet. But I sort of noticed the other day that I'm missing something from it. Yeah, that's something that I do like lore. Lore is something that I like. So but for me, the most important thing about lore for me is not how much it is, but whether it makes sense. So I'm currently trying to work out something. I'm currently working on my Dawn of Planets stories, because that's my big book series that I'm working on. I'm currently writing book 4. Book 3 came out in February. But each bit of lore also connects up to the next book. So I'm currently rereading Gathering Storm to plan out One's War, which I don't know whether I'm going to change the name at the moment. I don't know whether I'm going to change the name of Dawn of Planets book 4 to because I think One's War sounds a bit off. I don't know, because it's not really a war. It's more of a clandestine. It's more of a table war than a war. The main character during book 4 basically yeah, I didn't really like Iron Man. I like RDJ, but I didn't like his portrayal of Iron Man. The problem with Iron Man, well, I don't really like Iron Man himself, but the only reason I don't like Iron Man is I find that Iron Man as a character to be too cocky and arrogant. So in Captain America Civil War, you watched episode 7 for any Star Wars movie. But with Star Wars, you can jump off at any point. It's like, have you watched Doctor Who, LTO6? Honestly, Doctor Who is one of the best like that. Doctor Who is one of the best like that, because no matter where you are, you can jump in at any point without having to go and watch the last 60 years of stories. They did something quite clever recently, where they basically did a really soft reboot, where they they did a really soft reboot recently where they basically they rebranded it back to season 1 because they did a deal with Disney that Disney could globally distribute it, even though Disney don't own the rights. But it meant all the people on Disney could understand what was going on without having to watch the last 60 years of episodes, without having to go back to 1963 and watch the first one. I have the Lego game. The Lego game. Oh, Lego Dimensions. Because that's the only thing Lego about Doctor Who. They did the Doctor Who. I've got that somewhere. I've got Lego Dimensions somewhere. Haven't played it in years because I got bored of it. Lego Dimensions was a good game. They just didn't do enough. The problem with Lego Dimensions is I didn't think they did enough. I thought Lego Dimensions should have been a game where they could have just... I gotta be honest, I had it on Wii U. I don't think it was crossplay. But yeah, honestly, I haven't played it in years. But I've got to be honest, guys, as well. I didn't think Lego Dimensions did enough. There's certain games which I don't think they do enough of. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Lego Dimensions level packs. How many did they do? Yeah. Lego Dimensions was cancelled due to decline in sales and the overall market of performance toy-to-life games. Yeah. 74 characters. Yeah, I didn't think they did enough. Yeah, what did I have on that? I had the base game and the Lego Doctor Who one. That was the only one I had. Lego Dimensions was a good game, but the problem they had was I don't think they did enough with it. It's the same with I'm going to go out on a limb here, though. I think Harry Potter did the same thing in the films. Harry Potter did it... For the first time ever, guys, I'm starting to lag. But a bad time for toy-to-life games. Yeah, when did it come out? 2015. I think I was 13 when that came out. So I really liked that game. Lego Dimensions. Or was it 20? What year did it come out? Yeah, 2015. I loved that game when I was 13. Also, I bought the Wii U version of Minecraft that year as well when that came out. But Lego Dimensions was 10 years ago. Fucking hell. Sorry, pardon my language. But 10 years ago. Yeah, I never played Disney Infinity. What they should have done with that, though, is they should have made... Hello, Bite Rush. Welcome to the stream. What they should have done with that, though, is they shouldn't have made it that you needed to buy actual Lego, because that's what people moaned at. I had it for the Wii. Yeah. Nintendo Wii, one of the best one of the best consoles ever made. One of the best video game consoles ever made. Some people will say it's the PS2, which I think the PS2 is the most popular video game console of all time. I have so much memory. So do I. I mean, the Wii U come out when I was 4, so I have lots of fond childhood memories of playing the Nintendo Wii at Christmas time. Bloody fuck. PS3 is the best Lego. Yeah. I gotta say though, Lego games were fun. I've heard a rumor recently that they're apparently halfway through Wii Sports. Honestly, such a great game. Maybe I should stream that in a few weeks. Maybe I should stream that. Oh, I've got an idea, guys. Maybe I'll find the Wii U and I'll stream it Wednesday. And I'll stream it Tuesday. No, there won't be a stream Wednesday because I've got my uni graduation. I'm collecting my Bachelor of Science, so I'm very, very, very happy. Also very shocked. Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I heard a rumor about 4 or 5 months ago that they're currently working on Batman 4. I've heard that they're making Batman 4. And it has picked up traction in recent times, it has picked up traction that they're apparently working. Batman 2's good. Batman 3 is alright. It's not the best. Batman, the original video game, is one of the first video games that I bought myself. Let's get him in here. No, zombie villager, come on this way. I didn't like the Skywalker Saga. I got it on here. My aim was to stream it. My aim was to be the first person to stream it because I thought that would be a good copy. I've got 2 copies of Batman 2. I've got the Wii copy and the Wii U copy. Yeah, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, I bought it, I pre-ordered it, thought, wow, I'm going to be the first person to stream this, to film it, stream it, whatever, and then I found out that all these big YouTubers were sent it in advance, and they basically completed it in thing, and I was like, well, that's not fair. And then I started filming it, and basically never finished it. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, though, is the first video game that I bought myself. Like, I still play that 18 years later. I still play that. I bought that when I was 5 with my Christmas money. I was 5 when I bought that with my Christmas money in 2007. So yeah, that was one of the funnest games. That's one of the funnest video games I've, ever had. I made a short on completing it, but I haven't ever done that myself. Yeah, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, I think I've completed like 10 times, I think. I completed it. The first Lego Batman game, I completed that so many times when I was younger. I loved that version. I loved the idea of that you could play the hero for it. You could go and do all the levels as a hero, and then you can suddenly go and play them as the villain as well, which I thought that was amazing. That was such an amazing idea. And I don't think anything has ever done that since. Oh, here, you get to be the hero for all these levels. Here, now go play them as the villain. I just loved that concept. Like, you haven't... I don't think you've ever seen that again. I don't think you'll ever see that again. Unless someone brings it back, but... To get levels early. Yeah. What's the other one? I played Indiana Jones on the DS, but I never bought... when my... I think I got rid of it, because I didn't... I love Indiana Jones. I did have Lego... Oh. Yeah. So... Where's our little piggies? Over here. There's a piggy over here, over here, over here. Why are these... These have annoyed me recently. All the sheep have despawned. Let's see if Dave the villager has suddenly become a villager again. Right. I've got to get Dave home safely. We're not going to actually... I don't think... What are we actually going to call him? We're not actually going to call him Dave, are we? Because I was joking. It was just that... He's a shepherd. Oh, that's amazing. He's a shepherd and I put him in the sheep pen. That's amazing. But where are the fucking sheep? Hello, Al Pablo. This is Nintendo Switch edition of Legacy Console Edition. And all me sheep have fucking despawned. That is true. But we had like 30 of them. We had like 40 sheep in here. Have you watched the Superman movie? Which one? The new one or the older ones? Wow. Haven't watched the James Gunn one yet. But I've watched all the others. I've watched every single Superman film apart from the new one. I don't know. I've heard some people say it's bad, but then I've heard from people that it's good. But I don't know. I'll have to watch it to pass my judgment, but I haven't got round to watching it yet. But I'll be honest, guys. I've been focusing on getting my book done because my book, The Doll Maker, is a book for a competition. So I wanted to make sure my book, your content is as great as this font. Cool, thank you. It's rated, but I think it should be a 15 or 18. Why a 15 or why an 18? Is it that bad? Well, I don't think it needs to end. I don't think it needs to end, but because you know. You can say that with Marvel. You can say that with Marvel. Why are we doing another Captain America film when we've already got 3? You could say that the same with Marvel. They've now done, what, 40, 45 films? With DC are trying to redo their cinematic universe because Warner Brothers kept interfering with the last one. The problem with the Zack Snyder films weren't they were bad, that it was that Warner Brothers kept interfering with what was going on, with what was being filmed. In fact, whoever made the decision to sack Zack Snyder, yeah, whoever made the decision to sack Zack Snyder, sack Zack Snyder. I thought I nearly said sack Snyder then. Whoever made the decision to sack him should hold their head in shame. He asked for a break from shooting because his daughter had died. His daughter had committed suicide. And instead they sacked him. Instead they sacked him and hired Joss Whedon to come in and do it. but Josh Whedon basically went and refilmed 80% of the film, which Justice League wasn't going to look... The Justice League film wasn't going to look as good if you went in, if someone came in last minute and, you know, refilmed 80% of it. But they should never have sacked Zack Snyder for that. Like, normally any other company would go, oh yeah, your daughter's died, yeah, here, have some time off, our condolences. But no, they sacked... What did they do? They sacked him. Which, that's wrong. I know they wanted to catch up with Marvel, but... Yeah, I know they wanted to catch up with Marvel, but Warner Brothers made a horrible mistake there. They rushed him into making the film. In fact, he wanted to do a 6-film build-up. I think he wanted to do, what was it? Zack Snyder, 6-film. I think Zack Snyder had set up a 6-film plan. His plan was, what his plan had been was to do Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, his initial plan was to do Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, and then a 2-part Justice League film. But they rushed him into doing it, so they basically forced him to try and merge his 2-part Justice League film into one film, which they rushed him into it. They rushed him into making it, which, you know, as I said, that's wrong. What's the point of calling it filmmaking if you're interfering and rushing? It's basically what Disney did with Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy and the Disney executives basically kept interfering on the new studio. Stephen Moffat, who used to be who was the showrunner and executive producer of Doctor Who from 2010 to 2017. He was working with Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson on The Adventures of Tintin. He was the script writer. He was basically being the writer for that. And the only reason he took the job was because Steven Spielberg offered to protect him from studio interference. But yes, studio interference is absolutely ridiculous. Like, J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams absolutely hated the scene with Rey kisses Ren at the end of the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. J.J. Abrams absolutely hated that scene, and he didn't even want it in there, but he was forced to put it in to tie up fandoms for fans. And people hated the scene. But yeah, he was forced to put that scene in by Disney because, we should tie up all fandoms. Which, you know, people didn't like it. But yeah, he was forced to put scenes in the films that he didn't want to do. Favorite Lego character, shirtless Kylo Ren. That scene's just bizarre in Star Wars. That scene's just bizarre. I reckon they did that because obviously Adam Driver's quite well built, if you get what I mean. He's a very healthy person. I reckon they did that just because of who he was. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger said in one of his films, said Terminator was the first film he did with full clothes on, because every film he'd done before that, they just wanted him to flex his muscles. Well, he's naked in the first scene when he puts his arm through someone's chest, but he wears clothes for the rest of the film. Terminator was the first film he did wearing clothes. Yeah, hasta la vista, baby, yeah. Great line. I do like a lot of his work. I love this comedian. There was a comedian a few years ago. He said something along the lines of favorite action hero Arnold, because he's always asking questions, but no one's really paying attention to him. Some men just tried to kill me. Armed with knives, they tried to take my life. Get down. He's always asking questions to people that don't care. Some men just tried to kill me. I think they were spies or something. Armed with knives, they tried to take my life. Get down. I love this comedian's joke on that. It was very, very funny. I love the I love the one in Jingle All the Way with the cookie. Put the cookie down! No! I love it. It was very, very funny. I love the one in Total Recall as well. When he's, I love the one in Total Recall. Everyone when he finds out his wife's evil and she goes, "Doug, we're married," and he shoots her and goes, "Consider this a divorce." When I try and do a Terminator voice, apparently I sound like an Indian scam caller. Blimey, it's fine, isn't it? I did that once, to be honest, LTO6. I had a scam caller ring me, so I pretended that I was another scam call centre. It was just a joke. What was it? Hello, this is Jenny. I'm like, hello, this is Steve. I just sort of like, I didn't want to do the accent in case I offended anyone, but I did the accent back and basically pretended to be another scam caller. And it was like, oh, if they accidentally scammed the scam caller, which I thought was pretty funny. Oh. I had an Irish scammer once, which was pretty funny, and I can do the Irish accent pretty well, so I had a bit of fun with them. That was fun. Yeah. I wanted to be an actor when I was younger, so I just if I have the opportunity, I take the piss. And this person, so would you guys like to know the story of the Irish scammer, of how I scammed the Irish scammer? Yeah, I said I had an Irish scammer. The Irish scammer said to me, "Excuse me, sir, are you the main user of this phone?" I'm like, "Yeah." Are you over the age of 16 years old, 18 years old? And I wasn't at the time, so I went, "No." And then they went something, "Are your mother and father nearby?" I'm like, "No." And I knew it was a scam because he would ask me that. And then suddenly it was something along the lines of, "Where are they?" And I said something along the line, "Where are they?" And I said, so I did the Irish accent back, and I said something. I said the Irish accent. I said to them something like, "Oh, they're right back with the fucking leprechaun." Yeah, they're right back with the fucking leprechaun. And then all I hear is, "Thank you, we'll call again." Guess what? They never called again. The Irish scammer, they never called again. "But you the main user of this, where are your mother and father nearby?" "No." "Where are they?" I said, "They're right back with the fucking leprechaun." I said it was similar, and what was it? It was some. I said that, or I said something like they're right back getting a pot of gold from the leprechaun, and they never called again. So that's how you deal with a scammer. You piss them off. I love pissing off a scammer. It's fun. I had one. "This is Jenny from Microsoft." I said, "Hello, this is the fraud department." And honestly, that's the quickest hang-up I've ever seen in my life. Can I tell you something? Of course you can. Oh. Yeah. I think I've mentioned that joke so many times on streams about the Irish scammer, but it's such a funny story. Oh, bollocks, 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 bollocks. I got itchy nose. Amazon is giving me, you hacked on Hypixel and didn't get banned. Cool. Ah, God, itchy nose. What films are on Amazon right now? Sandjob, Scooby-Doo 2. I haven't watched that in years. Good Will Hunting, Inglourious Bastards. Inglourious Bastards is such a good film. I had extra on a fly hacks. Yeah. Inglourious Basterds, everyone, is such a good film. It's a Quentin Tarantino film. And it's very, very funny. Was it? I didn't know whether he directed or he wrote it. Scooby-Doo. I wasn't. I'll have a look because I was convinced that he didn't write it. I was convinced that he didn't. I was convinced that he wasn't in it, but he. Scooby-Doo film. First one was directed by. Oh no. Yeah, first one was directed by Raja Gosnell from a screenplay by James Gunn. I know James Gunn wrote it. I didn't think he directed it. Perhaps he did the second one. Oh no. So yeah, it was both Scooby-Doo films were both directed by Raja Gosnell, but James Gunn wrote both of them. Yeah, they were both directed by Raja Gosnell, but Mr. Bean was in the first one. Yeah, he didn't direct them, but he wrote the screenplays because James Gunn wasn't a film director at the time. James Gunn was more known for being a screenwriter at the time. I was convinced James Gunn was more of a. Well, yeah, James Gunn's first directed film was Slither in 2006. James Gunn wrote the screenplay for Romeo and Juliet, The Specials, Scooby-Doo, Dawn of the Dead, and Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed. Dawn of the Dead was a Zack Snyder film because he wrote the script for that, and then obviously his first one was Slither, Super, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, and then everything. But he still does write stuff like the film Coyote vs. Acme, which is just coming out next year. He produced that, but he wrote the story, which I think is that a DC film? Oh no, it's a cartoon character. Bloody hell. He has one called Super now. He needs one called Man. Yeah. He did Brightburn. He did direct Brightburn, which Brightburn's basically a horror. Brightburn is basically Superman. It's basically Superman. No, I don't think he directed Brightburn, did he? Well, no, he directed it. But it was he produced Brightburn, but it was actually wrote by his younger brothers. He has like 30 movies. Yeah, he hasn't directed loads though, to be honest. James Gunn hasn't directed loads, but a lot of the but he has produced a lot and he has screenwrote a lot. Which I don't really, as a person that wants to be a filmmaker, I wouldn't mind just being a screenwriter. I write what you see on screen, which I wouldn't mind that. doesn't work, get a job at Morrison's. I've just disconnected. Now it's really successful. Yeah. I don't think I don't think I would be able to get a job in that regard. Like, I'm not crashed. Yes, it did crash. Yeah, I was explaining my point on that one. Yeah, I don't think I would get a job in a shop. I don't think I'd like it. I'm terrible at maths, so if they put me behind the shop, but on the till, it would probably take me 20 minutes to work out. If they put me on the till, it would probably take me 20 minutes to work out the change. I'm terrible at maths. I'm also short, so I wouldn't reach the top shelf. I'm joking, guys. I'm not that short, but it was a joke. Car shed. Talking of which, I had someone on my stream the other week say something in the stream. They were 5'10" at they're 5'10" at 13. I'm like, when I was 13, the average height of a 13-year-old was 5 foot. I thought, fucking hell, what are people eating nowadays? There must be drugs in the water. Oh, bollocks. I was going to say something, but now I forgot what I was going to say. Bollocks. I was 5'4" at 13. Yeah, I've always been very short. I'm not like ridiculously short, but yeah, I was 5 foot at 13. 14, everyone. I was 5'1". In like June of 2016, I think I was 13 and a half, and I think I was like 5'1" in 2016. So there was a guy in my stream the other week. He threatened to fight a friend of mine. So you were the size of a 6-year-old nowadays. Nah, a 6-year-old wouldn't be 5 foot. No, a 6-year-old wouldn't be 5 foot. They would be. The average 6-year-old is only about 3'9". I've seen like 7, 5 or 6, but yeah, you do have people that are tall, but on average a 6-year-old, the average height of a 6-year-old in the world is 3'9". You do have people though that are just ridiculously tall. But yeah, the average height of a 6-year-old is only 3'9", and that's in 2025. Yeah, but most people, basically the bulk of people, yeah, most people aren't 5 foot until they're I have seen people taller than that, of course, but most people aren't 5 foot till they're like 12 to 13. You do have some people that are different. It's like we had a guy in my stream the other week. That's 13 and he admitted to being 5'10" or something like that. He commented that he was 5'10" or something like that, and I'm like, he's an inch taller than me, and 13. I'm like, really hell. What do you call a person with 4 fingers on one hand? 4-finger cliff. I have no idea. I'm just making a joke. That is true, actually. That is true. Because you have 4 fingers and 1 thumb. You have 4 fingers. I do have 4 fingers on each hand, yeah. I've met someone that had 5, but they had it chopped off, which I said they should have kept it. There was a girl in my school year, her sister was born... No, there is no sort of... From what I've read about things like that, there isn't actually any difference with... There isn't any difference or any pain. Apparently, from what I read... There's a family. There's this family somewhere in the world that they have. A lot of them have 6 fingers, and they're all very good piano players because the extra finger helps when you're playing piano, which is really weird. Apparently, it doesn't hurt though. So basically, to them, it's normal though. To them, it's normal. For everyone on here, for most people on here, you know, having 4 fingers, having like 5 fingers, is and I am including the thumb as a finger just because I'd rather say 5 fingers than say, you know, 4 fingers, 1 thumb, and whatnot. As it's normal for us with 5, we can't imagine having 6, but for them they can't imagine having 5. If you get what I mean. An 80s British icon is getting a video game. Who's that then? I don't really pay attention to video games, I've got to be honest. I play video games, but I don't really pay attention to every video game that's coming out. Oh. Oh. Oh, Danger Mouse. Oh yeah, I have heard of Danger Mouse. I'm not... Danger Mouse is getting a videos. My dad loved that when he was a kid. My dad loved Danger Mouse when he was a kid. Danger Mouse is not just 80s though. Danger Mouse was 70s as well, I think. What? It was brought back in like 2015. 1981 series. What? It aired for over 11 years. I know my dad was like 10, 11 when he watched it. 'Cause my dad used to love it when he was a kid. Yeah. They need to bring some of those shows back. We need to stop airing anime and air proper British TV. No offence to anyone that likes anime, but we need proper British TV on. I quite like BBC's thing recently. BBC are aiming to make next year. BBC are aiming to make next year the year of homegrown British TV, which I think that's a good idea. Yeah, well, you can't keep pinning your hopes on old shows though as well. In the regard, that's one thing I hate about Christmas time. Honestly, I love Christmas time, but the problem I have is that all the Christmas shows always seem to be repeats at the moment. Like, they don't film anything new. Like, they aired Michael McIntyre's The Wheel one year on New Year's Eve. And I started watching it. I'm like, hold on, this was aired Christmas Day as well. I'm like, stop airing the same shit on repeat. Like Mrs. Brown's Boys. Mrs. Brown's Boys, some people find it funny, some people don't. But it ended years ago. Why are they still re-airing the same thing on Christmas? And it's normally the same episode. Home Alone 3. I'm really glad you said that, because Home Alone 3 is one of the greatest. Is a great film. It's obviously I think the first one's the best ever. I think the first one's the best one. But Home Alone 3 has got something low budget about it, if you get what I mean. It's sort of, it feels like a it feels cheesy, but it is such a good film. Like, what's the other one I'm thinking? Like Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 is quite cheesy in some parts, but they are good films. Like the whole bit about, oh, where's the phone? Where I can hear the phone and it's in the dinosaur. That's very sometimes there are films that are cheesy, but they are good. There was a film last year that there was a film that came out in 2023 that I found quite funny, and this film was really stupid to the point it was ludicrous, but it was funny. Like what you said earlier on, LT06, about my clown horror film. Yeah, what was I going to say? Like how you mentioned about my short film, LT06. This film, there was a film called Bottoms. It was put on Amazon. I think it's been taken off now, but it was called Bottoms, and it's all about two girls. They're trying to hook up. They're lesbians. They're trying to hook up with cheerleaders, and they create a fight club to do it. And the fight scenes are so ludicrously stupid that it's funny, and it just results in the last moment of the film is them all fighting a group of boys American football players, and they're just killing them on the pitch, and it's like, it's so stupid that it's funny. This girl, why is it in every teen film, why do you have the crazy lesbian in the beanie? Like, sorry, that sounds wrong, but it is. There's this character. She's absolutely crazy. When they ask her what she's joining the fight club for, she shouts, "Because I want to kill my stepdad." And then right at the end of the film, she just pulls a sword out of someone and kills someone with a sword. I'm like, where the fuck have you got the sword from on a fucking football pitch? It's a very funny. Why in all teen films do you have the crazy lesbian character in the beanie? I've seen it in so many things. It just makes me laugh. You've always got the I'm not being like offensive, guys. It's just 2, 3, 1, 5, 4, 6 is terrible. 6 is terrible. I really like the kid though. I really like Archie Yates. I really like. He was really good in Jojo Rabbit, but Home Alone 6 could have been a lot better, but it seems to be Disney's age-old thing. Here's a franchise. Let's make a new film. Oh wait, we've ruined it. I did read your comment, but I was also talking about a film at the same time. I think number 1's the best. Personally, if I was to rate it, If I was to rate them, I would go 1, 2. I would go 1 because I think number 1 is a phenomenal film. I would go 1 and I would probably stick 3. I'll stick 3, then 2. 5 is pretty good. 4, I actually like. This might sound a bit stupid, but I do actually like 4. I like 4 because it's a direct to air film. It does actually feel like one of those shit knockoff comedies. It does actually feel like, you know, one of those shit low budget films that you'd watch in the early 2000s that have just been shot because why not? Crashed. Oh, sorry. What I said is some people might hate this, but I do actually like Home Alone 4 just because it is very stupid. Home Alone 4, I gotta admit, I do actually like, but it does feel like a direct to video early 2000s film, which, you know, some of those direct to air films in the 2000s are pretty good and just a bit bizarre. But that's what film should be. Like, honestly, that's what film should be. Film is an art form. You shouldn't take it. Some films shouldn't take itself seriously. Which, yeah, the computer aspect. I love the bit in that film with Christian Martin, who plays Finn Baxter. I love the scene when he's upstairs in the attic and he's got all these ropes and he pulls them down. As he pulls them all down, you know, it's making things fly across the room. So this guy's Malcolm Dowell. Can't remember what the last name, the guy's name, the old man's name is. He's looking around and he's just seeing all these pillows fly, and it's like he's being haunted by a ghost. Which I really like that aspect. I think that was quite clever. But yeah, one of the things I do like about Home Alone 3 very much is the bit with the swimming pool. I really like the bit with the swimming pool. Oh, just jump, it's a trampoline, and then you find out that he's put the trampoline straight above a swimming pool. So of course they think they're going onto a trampoline. They're not. They're actually going into a freezing cold swimming pool, and they freeze. But then I love the concept of the rabbit. Not the rabbit. I mean the parrot. I love the concept of the parrot just coming in with the cracker. The lawnmower, yeah, those three are good. The plan with that, the interesting one about that is a lot of people don't like that film. A guy in my college class said this. He thought 3 and 4 were dire films, but they had to go and thing. With Home Alone 3 and 4, they had to go and cast new people because, you know, initially they were going to hire Macaulay Culkin again, but by 1997, Macaulay Culkin was 17 years old. Macaulay Culkin was nearly 18 years old. He wasn't interested in it, and also, you know, the whole thing of what makes Home Alone so good is because, you know, you've got a young kid. You're putting a young kid against a. Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. But the whole thing with Home Alone though is, you know, you're setting a kid up against adults, so it's really they should be winning that because, you know, a young kid is physically a lot shorter than an adult. A young kid is physically a lot shorter than an adult. Like, if you get what I mean, a young kid is physically a lot shorter than an adult, and that's why they couldn't cast Macaulay Culkin again for Home Alone 3. Because he, at 17 years old, you're practically the same height as an adult, aren't you? I mean, how tall? Anyone here that's over 17, how tall were you at 17? some of you could have been like, you know, 6 foot. I mean, I can't remember. 6, yeah. How tall was I at 17? 5'7"? Yeah, I was about 5'7" at the time. But I have grown since, of course. But yeah, you know, like at 17, some people are taller than the average male, so it takes away the thing of the whole charm of Home Alone is you've got this kid. You've got a pint-sized hero taking on someone that's people that, you know, are vastly older, vastly bigger, and you know, at 17, you know, you're used to being on your own. You're used to being home alone. That's why they did that, technically. Well, I'm glad I was here. Well, I'm glad I was here as longer for longer than usual. But I have to go. Bye. Goodbye, LTO6. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, what was my point on Home Alone, everybody? Yeah, but then at 17 years old, what makes Home Alone so good is that, you know, you're putting odds that's, you know, you're showing a film on with odds that, you know, the kid should really lose. But, you know, if you try and do it with a 17-year-old, you know, a 17-year-old, what does a 17-year-old weigh? I mean, I know I weighed 13 and a half stone when I was 17. You know, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's like it's basically sticking an adult against another adult in a film. It doesn't work. Home Alone wouldn't work like that. But the charm is it works the way it was. It does. I do actually like the kid from Home Alone 6 though. I got to admit, because he was really good in something else that I like. He was really good in Jojo Rabbit. I love the bit with him and the rocket. I love the bit with him and the rocket when he's got the How do I join? Hello, Anime Clips. What version of Minecraft are you playing? Firstly, oh my nose. What version of Minecraft are you playing? .21. Yeah, I didn't ask that. I said what version, not what update. Bedrock, Java, Legacy. 1.21 is not a version, that's an update. I asked what version of Minecraft. Java, Bedrock, Legacy. Oh, Bedrock. Yeah, I'm not playing Bedrock, I'm afraid. I'm playing the old Legacy Console Edition. This is the Minecraft version that Bedrock replaced. I'm playing the old Legacy because I prefer this over Bedrock. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this version's not crossplay. Basically, Microsoft decided to strip Legacy of their contract, 4J of their contract to make this version, and basically made their own version. They basically brought all the consoles onto the Pocket Edition, which I prefer this because it runs better than Bedrock does. Bedrock doesn't seem to really care about the consoles. Legacy cared more about the player experience than the high-end performance. Like, there wouldn't have been a vibrant visuals update on Legacy because they know some consoles would not have been able to run it. But rather than leave them behind, they made it so that all consoles could get the updates by the performance of that console, which is A lot more companies, a lot more video games should do that, really. To be honest. Joey Barton ranks England woman win a monstrosity. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, he is right. They were terrible. I've got to say, England women were terrible. That penalty shootout was the shittest penalty shootout I've ever seen in my life. I'm not trying to be offensive here, guys, but I thought England women were absolutely shit. England women should beat Sweden. And they called it a great penalty shootout. It wasn't. The amount of people that skied over the bar and hit the post, like, come on, you're professional football players. I could at least put that on target. No offence if anyone is an athlete or a professional football player, but a professional football player should hit the target. Well, they should hit the target, or at least the goalkeeper saves it, rather than put it over the bar. Guys, we just hit 300 views on this stream. Why don't we do some shout-outs in a minute? Guys? I feel happy, so let's... shall we give out some shout-outs? Shall we give some shout-outs out today? Shall we give some shout-outs out? Ba wah 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 ba. Let's check Discord, shall we? What's he texting me? Yeah, sorry, I was just replying to a message. Decepted's just sent me a... Decepted has just responded to a message that I... Yeah, Deceptive just sent me a picture of an old map in Venice. I just commented, is it wet? I've just basically responded with, is it wet? Because it is sick. Venice might sink. Well, Venice technically is sinking. So Decepted is in Venice. He's Venetian. I should send him the pic of a video of Doctor Who now. We are Venetian, and then the guy blows up a barn. Just, I love this film. He hasn't responded to my comment of is it wet. I'm just clearing my notifications a minute. We're live on this YouTube channel tonight. Perhaps I should just join my Discord BC later and see who joins. Good idea. I might end this stream, guys, in a minute because there's not much we need to do in this world. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.